Citizens, we're heading back into the verse this time to try a little bit of advice that I got from people watching my videos. This is in relation to my video on getting the final tiers for the supply missions and how there was much larger missions available for everyone to play. So I sold off my goods at Area 18 here, so I sold off the mine goods from mining the Iron Halo, and I'm going to head back out to those missions because there's two things I want to test. I did figure out, come on door, open whenever you're ready. I did figure out that waiting until it said reinforcements are arriving and sitting back in this, the pilot seat did progress the mission. I figured that out on my own. However, someone also said that if you move a box and then put it back, that would progress the mission further also. And someone else said just open and close the doors, all the exterior doors, and that would progress the mission. So I'm going to try those out. Someone also told me a way to finish unloading that last box from a caterpillar, so I'm going to try doing that as well. But I also just want to check, now that I have all the tiers, if we look at our tiers for the supply missions, the Second Life resource drive here, I got all the tiers here. I don't need any more. So what if I just take one of those larger missions and try to sell? Is that better than getting the 123,000 that those missions pay? So I'm gonna go get myself a ship. I don't think it'll matter what ship. I'm gonna go fly out. I'll maybe try to get the Avenger. I might have that here. If not, it's a quick claim or a cutter. Something quick. I'm gonna head out and grab one of those missions. I kind of hope that it's a caterpillar, because I was hoping to get the Hercules because I was able to unload those fully, but now that someone's told me a way that they get that last box out of the caterpillar, that's what I want to try. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what we're going to do. Hopefully I'm going to take you along for this, and we're going to have an awesome time. And things are looking up because I made it into here before that door closed on me with like about 6 seconds to spare. Not bad at all. So I'm going to go into my ship, get a mission, and I will join you in space. Look at this, everybody! Before I get into my ship, people have been putting their garbage in the garbage area. I just wish there was kind of a bonus. Even like 2 UEC, 1 UEC, just for putting bottles in there. It would actually make it really fun to do a zero to hero type gameplay where you just start out absolutely poor. I'd give away everything and then get myself something to drink. And or some empty bottles, I mean, and start returning them and make a little bit of extra money. And with that money, buy an undersuit, start doing that, then start buying a multi-tool, getting out into the wilderness and putting some minerals in my pockets and working my way from there. That would be super fun. I would love that. So hopefully a cleanup play is in the future. Oh, it looks like we do have our Titan. Perfect. So let's get that. And we're going to go into space. We're going to get our Titan. Before I get into space, I will put my helmet back on. Don't worry about that. I never forget. Just like I never forget to put my landing gear down before I land. Got ourselves some fuses here from when I was yanked those out of the C2s, I believe, when I was doing the missions. So I might do some repair later, but if I lose them, no big deal. Let's get into our Titan. I know I can get in through the front, but I'm just used to the ramps. Let's go get ourselves a mission. So what mission should we go for? It'll be the cargo recovery, the ship recovery ones, the ones that are 123,000. So we're going to find one of those once we get our ship powered up. Contracts. And we'll do the ones by ArcCorp because we're near ArcCorp, and there's only 9, so maybe someone has already taken that mission. Oh no. Recover large shipment, 127,000, not 123. It always says, could always fly the abandoned cargo ship. Those are the ones you want. So I have that here. We got to get to a mining asteroid base. Might as well fly straight out. Perfect. Go into nav mode so we're faster to begin with. Now, as much as I don't think every spaceport needed these line of glowing lights, ArcCorp, it certainly has helped. So, good job to whoever put those there. I wonder if you can hit them. I've never actually hit one myself. Have you? Let me know. Also, let me know what you think about the new changes to medical gameplay in the Medgel and the cost to respawn. Personally, super big fan. Personally, I also think you shouldn't respawn. And I know currently we have tier 0 item recovery, so you just respawn with everything. But when that's fixed, I don't think you should respawn with an undersuit and helmet. If you do...
Right. Look who's back for another contract.
I'll let her talk first, I guess.
Well, you know the drill by now, so I'll just leave you to take care of everything. Thanks.
Alright, so if you spawn in a hospital or a station, absolutely start with a undersuit. But if you're spawning in your own ship, I think you should be required to provide your undersuits or your equipment. So you respawn, and if you're alive, you're alive. So you could drive away or fly away and save yourself. But if you want to get back into the fray, if you want to get out into space and you're on a moon, I don't see why a bed should give you a helmet and an undersuit. I think that's kind of my opinion. I also think the lowest tier bed should just be for healing, not for respawn. But that is never going to change. Where is my target? Where am I going? So somewhere around here. Like, is it only that area? Probably only this area. Let's find... the ship I'm supposed to be finding. It's not showed up here. That's really weird. What I could do is jump away and jump back, and hopefully it appears then, but... oh, here we go. It just took a while for it to pop up. I don't think they've fixed NPCs yet. I don't think I'm going to get attacked. If that's the case, super. Because I'll just be able to fly over to the ship and slowly EVA out as opposed to doing the eject and letting my ship fly away. I don't know if the NPCs still work on the lower tier missions. Or if it's just a change to these larger ones. People are wondering why CAG was doing this. Oh, it is a C2. Well, that's okay. We're gonna take the C2 first. We're gonna try selling cargo out of here. What do we have here? What is this? Got ourselves a Cutlass. Looks like a Pisces. Looks like an Intrepid. What am I looking at there? Or is that like an Ion? Oh no, I think that is an Intrepid. Alright, haven't seen one of those in a while. And I can't tell what that is. What am I looking at? Oh, another Intrepid. Wow, Intrepids all over. I am shocked. I haven't seen Intrepids in the verse hardly at all. But it's good to kind of see them out there. So we're going to take our ship here. What we're going to do is we're going to fly our ship back to Area 18. And we're going to see if we can sell the cargo from the ship and make some money and see how much money we make. So we're going to leave out here. Again, I know I could leave out of the front, but I don't remember the exit from the front keybind as opposed to just walking out of the back. And I don't need to eject. So we're going to go grab the ship here. Now, we'll see if the mission completes, or at least advances when I get into the seat. It has, more often than not, with a Hercules over the caterpillars, so this might just work for us, which will be cool. If it hasn't, we're going to try some of the tips I got. So the tips were, again, open and close the doors, pick up and move a box and drop it, just wait, which does work. I can confirm that. If the open and close exits works, That's awesome because you can do that from the pilot seat quite easily using the Alt F, or is it Alt F right? I have already forgotten. It's just naturally I do it. Let's see, Alt F. Yeah, Alt F. When you're in the pilot seat, allows you some ship control. So if you don't know where the open exterior button is on your dash, that always works. It's funny how I just do things knowing what to do, like the muscle memory, but I actually really have to think about it. What keys am I actually pressing? Right click, left click, which alt? So that's left alt F when I'm in the pilot seat. But first we're going to start this up. And you notice it hasn't advanced. So right alt F, open all doors. And you notice that includes the front and rear ramps. They're opening. And now we're going to go right alt F, close doors. Has that worked? Will that advance it? Does not seem to advance it. Enemy reinforcements coming. It says that now, so that's it. Oh, there we go. Actually, it was before I hit exit. So, you know what? I think it does work. Once the doors close. I just moved too quick. So, once the doors close, it advances. That's awesome. So we have 50 cargo boxes in this one. We're going to go to Area 18. Oh, Aria. Because it's Pirate Week, right? That's why. Pirate Week. More pirate paints. Not a lot of real pirate gameplay. There is a... what is it called? Like a scavenger hunt. Not really a scavenger hunt, but like a riddle. Last year, I think we got a coin. I can't remember what the pirate theme prize was last week. But this year, there's various riddles that are presented throughout the week. The first one was obviously a hydroponics lab, so I went to Terra Mills, found an M50 model, and I'm sure that's the answer. I'm trying to solve it like I do every year without looking at the answer and see if I can solve it on my own. I haven't looked up the second clue yet, so we're gonna have to see what the second clue is. So I almost went to the space station. I do not want to go there. I want to go to the spaceport, and the reason why is because I'm going to try to sell from this ship. So if I can sell directly from this ship that I don't own, I've never tried doing that before, this could potentially be pretty awesome, because you could steal cargo, land, sell, and not have to worry about storing it or moving it off. If it doesn't work, you're definitely going to have to then transfer it to the local cargo grid using the freight elevators before you can sell your goods. But I'm going to land here. Spaceport is right over there. It's nice and red. No clouds at all currently in this section of ArcCorp, which is kind of cool. Also unusual. I'm used to seeing full cloud cover over Rikers every time I try to land. So I'm going to pull in for a landing here, and then we're going to take a train ride to try to sell at the TDD. I don't think you need to come along with me for the entirety, so maybe we'll jump ahead to me on the tram. So what do we think, everybody? Will this work? Will this ship remain in this hangar until I get to the TDD, or will it just despawn as soon as I leave? I don't know. Why am I going to lower deck? That's not what I want to do. I want to exit the ship all the way down. Also, what's your opinion on why CIG made these larger missions? I think it was to get more people to finish the resource, because too many people complained that it was too much work to get 5 tiers on 5 different companies. I think that it was better hard, because if you really worked at it, you would get those tiers. And if not, you had to choose which team are you going for? Which team do you want to support? Do you go for the company that you want to support, which obviously Hurston is the right choice, Or are you going with the paints that are the best paints? Which obviously Hurston is the right choice. Or maybe ArcCorp. Their paints are pretty cool too. If I had to personally rank the paints, I would rank them Hurston, ArcCorp, maybe Crusader, then oh no, maybe Microtech then Crusader. I'd maybe put Crusader at the bottom. Still, not for me. Neither of the last two were paints I like. The ArcCorp paints I like, but the Hurston paints I thought were terrific. But that is just my personal taste, and that's what I liked about this event, is that not only getting a bunch of stuff, I do find it kind of weird that the prizes for a mission about hauling cargo are rifles. But, I mean, it would have been cool if it was like Helix mining heads or store all boxes that were themed to the place that you wanted. Like something industrial themed would have been a lot cooler. And the reason why I think Helix would be good is because you could mine all these items. So if you're doing something that's like all about mining and cargo, why are the prizes not about mining and cargo, right? But either way, I think CIG did do it to make it easier for people. Look at this, there's someone over there. I think I'm on the right train. Now I realize I might have gone on the wrong train, but I think we're good. I think it does take away a bit from the people that really worked hard to get them. Some people I can see being upset. Me, as long as people, you know, enjoy it and got some fun out of playing, I think that's cool. And if more people are able to get stuff and play the game, especially during the free fly, which maybe was kind of a bit better than the last free fly. It definitely had less people using some sort of like cheat engine, so that's handy. Yeah, I liked it. Citizens Con's coming up, so that's going to have another free fly. Maybe a referral bonus. So if you haven't already made yourself a game account, click the link in the description below or use this code up here. And if there's a referral bonus when Citizens Con is on and you get into the game, you're going to get that referral bonus. But apparently today there was a news that they're not going to talk anything about Squadron 42. I will be a little bit surprised if they actually talk about Squadron 42 since they said they wouldn't. But it's kind of a shock that they're not going to really say anything about it. But really, what can they say? They're not going to show more gameplay because we've already seen the gameplay. We already know what it's supposed to look like. It would be cool if they talked about it at least to the point of saying we are now feeling more or less confident about second quarter of this year or another year. But it sounds like they might not even be confident on the year, much less the quarter of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what they talk about. 2 hours of talk. Hopefully it's going to be more about Star Citizen and not just about combat and combat ships. But things that are coming out, the new planets, the new systems coming out. When new systems are coming out, that would be great. Also, maybe improvements to current systems. Like, I love this. Look at this place. This is ArcCorp. It looks like ArcCorp. It is ArcCorp. You know right away when you're here where I am. I can look at this hallway right here and go, where am I? And someone's going to say ArcCorp. If I go down another hallway in Lorville, someone's going to say Lorville. If I'm standing on a platform, people are going to say Orson. If I'm standing in any of the main landing zones in Pyro and said, where am I? Can you tell me? I couldn't tell. They're all the same. They are all basically identical. So that needs love. If you have giant stations that are not the same as every other station you're landing at, like Ruin and Checkmate, they should look a lot more different than they do. That's my opinion. And so hopefully that's not the way that planetary tech is going, that we're making all these new planets with all the new landing zones, but they're all going to be the same. I think there should be really a lot of emphasis put on making them different. Okay, so we have a C2 Starlifter, but is that mine? Yeah, that's mine. Air 18? No. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. Because, oh, first of all, why is that not even showing up the Ray 1? See, that's showing up as me. That's showing up as a Drake Golem. Air 18 is showing up as Air 18, and Drake Golem is the C2. But it's not the C2, it's this. That's so confusing. It looks like we can't sell from the ship that we stole. It kind of makes sense. I'm not really super surprised about that. So I'm going to head back to the hangar, and I'm going to just unload the C2 and see if it's worth it to sell that here as opposed to selling or entering the mission, delivering the mission, and getting the money from the mission. I have a feeling normally the mission is not worth abandoning to sell, but with medical supplies in these, maybe it's better. Maybe. So I'm gonna go unload the ship. Then we're gonna go back to the TDD and we're gonna give it a go. See what we can sell out of this C2. As I make my way to my hangar. Oh, that's not my hangar. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be an issue. This might be an issue. If I can't get to my hangar, that's a small hangar. Now can I get to that large hangar? If I can't get to the hangar, I can't unload that ship. I can only go to the small one. I think that ship is gone. Alright, well, now we know. I'll open this hangar for a second just to double check. So this is a large hangar. Then we're going to store the large C2 here. Store it. Let's see if I can get to a large hangar now and that other ship is still there. I don't think so. I think it was instance and it's gone. What I was going to say, though, is if you are going to try to sell out of the ship, make sure you abandon this mission. Because if you don't abandon that mission, then the ship will just submit that as part of the mission. So let's see. Do we still have a ship in here? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to abandon that one anyways because we have delivered, but our cargo is gone, which I'm not super surprised at because it's not my ship. I didn't own the ship. I honestly did expect it to leave. But I'm going to go again. I'm going to get myself another large cargo retrieval. And with that, I'm going to store it into the cargo grid here. And then we're going to try to sell and see how much money we make. That's what we're going to do. At the same time, we're going to abandon this mission here. Abandon. So that I'll be able to grab another one.
Hey,
And maybe this time it will be a caterpillar. And then we can try unloading that front box. So
Enjoy your time.
let's go again. Let's hope for a caterpillar. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's make some money. Can we sell the goods that we take from these ships? Maybe you already know. Maybe not. If you don't, this is going to be how we find out together. It's like a weird children's show. Let's find out together, kids. Can we sell? Where's our ship? There it is. Do you see the ship? I have lost my mind. Oh, I'm also going to fly into a rock. Let's slow down. Hopefully in time. I think we're doing okay. Another Hercules. Should I try to get a caterpillar now that we know that we can't just sell direct from the ship? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to abandon this contract. I'm going to take another one. Accept. Let's do it. Let's keep going. It's funny how last time I just wanted all the Hercules and I kept getting caterpillars. It's like how I've said, this game knows. This game knows what you want to do and it fights you every step of the way. You want to get onto a tram? Sorry, the doors are going to close just as you run up to it.
Whatever, I've wasted enough time doing
You want to land? It's going to be cloudy.
No, I don't
You want to
think I-
record a YouTube video? We're going to make sure it is nighttime 99% of the time.
Oh,
But
right, new contract. Good luck, and you know.
give me a caterpillar. You can do it. Well, this one right away updated to... Oh, that's just go to. Okay, where is the new... There it is. This one's... Is there... Do I just not see it? Oh yeah, okay. I'm like, where are all the rocks this should be around? Put my shields on. That will stop me from flying into a rock at 1,000 kilometers an hour. And only about 300 meters a second. Just as lethal, but at least there's a chance that I can break in time. These asteroid bases are beautiful. I should really just go exploring around in there later. Maybe there's something I could find in there. Maybe there's like loot crates. That'll be my next video. Is there loot crates here that I can go and find? Will I just get charged with trespassing? Can I strip all of these ships that people are leaving all over the place? That is probably a yes. Get all their components, although those are going to be bricked soon. Alright, I wasn't even paying attention. That is another C2. Alright, we're going to jump ahead to me finding a caterpillar. You don't need to see me do this over and over again. Just my luck, like I said with the game, it'll be the next one. But just to prove that it won't be the next one, I will make a cut here. And I will talk to you guys in a moment. Okay, this one looks like a caterpillar. Only 2. So you're only seeing 1 missed in this recording. But we got a caterpillar here. We're going to go grab this ship. And I think all the ships that are floating around here is because the NPCs no longer seem to exist in these missions. So they become super easy, but you can just park your ship where all the other ones spawn. So that is why this might be a great place to come back with a vulture or a fortune or a reclaimer and just start munching, you know, make a little bit of money. But we definitely have a caterpillar here, looking beautiful. Oh, lovely. Oh, and there's a C2. Okay, well, there's a bunch of stuff here, and there's a box of cargo just sitting there. We're going to get out of our ship. Again, I need to look up that keybind. It'll be something simple, but that's okay. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna go to that cat. Just out of curiosity, what is this? Medical supplies. Now I can't fit that in here. This ship is jam-packed full, so we can't grab the extra medical supplies, I don't believe. But we're going to have a full ship with medical supplies in it here. I'm wondering if there's stuff in this. It looks like it's open. It looks like people took the stuff out of there. I don't know if I'd bother. It's so easy to fly these ships and unload them. Why unload just to fly a different ship back? Unless you're only grabbing the big containers, but then why was that big medical supply sitting there, right? Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I can't go in there. Ladders are blocked. You have to go in from this side here. So we're going to go in here. Deploy. There we go. I do love the cat. I cannot wait until I can get modules for my caterpillar. It is going to be probably one of my favorite ships to fly around with people doing stuff. I could see if the ever gets to the point where this game you can leave things in space and confidently return to them later. I would love to set up a caterpillar as like a little base out in the wilderness. Have each module have its own kind of theme, like a bedroom in one area, storage in another, supplies like an armory in another, and just be able to use it as like a little base. Put it on a planet somewhere and operate out of it. Super excited about that. Alright, it did not advance. Let's try this again. Open all. We're going to open all our doors. That did not work. Open all. There we go. We're going to open all our doors. Open them up. We'll let them open fully, which means that those things will lower to the ground. I guess not ground, but lower down. There we are. Opened up. You can see we're full of all our goods. Now let's close it again. And when it fully closes, all the doors are closed. Will that advance this mission? Will that work? That did not seem to work. Now, if I wait around until reinforcements are on the way, then it should work. It should. So let's try that. We're going to wait a bit. I'm going to wait here. We'll try the thing where you move a box and then replace it. We'll try that. That does not let me move a box. There we go. Let's move a box. Replace it. Away. Did that work? See, it could be you've done the same thing 40 times and then it works for you. Maybe it does work, or maybe you just happen to kill the right amount of time for time advancing, but that hasn't advanced anything. So I'm just going to wait a bit until it says enemies approaching. Hopefully that happens, or enemy support on the way. And then I'll get back in the seat and see if that makes a difference. If that message doesn't pop up, we're just going to go back and sell. Okay, that message hasn't popped up at all, so we're just going to recover this cargo the old-fashioned way. We're going to steal it, and we're going to bring it to ArcCorp, and we're going to sell it. So, start up our engines. We're going to set a route to Area 18. Why do I not be able to spell? Well, probably because I do not be able to speak. That would be the answer. Also, I just think there's a delay in this game. Sometimes when you're typing, it's registering more than one key press or not a key press. Hard to say. But also, because I does not know how to speak. Let's go to ArcCorp. Let's fly there. On our way there, we're going to abandon this mission. Because I don't want this mission anymore. I don't want it. I just want the goods. Contracts. Abandon.
Hey! This is Elle.
Oh!
You
Oh!
know, saw like you cancelled the contract. What the hell?
What?
Next time,
Exactly!
only take a contract you plan on doing, okay?
Alright, new thing! Don't abandon the contract while you're still in the ship. I was not expecting that. I wonder if I can EVA to the surface. How long would that take before I slam? You know what? We're just gonna try this one more time. And here we go. Look at that! We found ourselves another caterpillar. Now, since I'm out here, let's... Emergency exit seat. You left shift. That's eject. Look behind. Maybe. You left shift. Will that work? Because I don't see... I see exit down here. Exit seat. But I don't see... exit from the front. Again, if you know if there's a key binding or if there's a way to do it on this ship. But you left shift. Let's try that. Let's see if that gets me out of this shift here. So you left shift. Nope, that just turns the power off. Alright. And now my engines are off. So... Alright, that didn't work. I don't know how to get out of the cockpit from in the cockpit in the Avenger. It's a ship that I think I've only ever flown for these missions, really. I'm really liking it, though. I do understand why people like this ship. Let's see, what happens if I click exit seat? Nope, that just brings me to the back. Okay, we're gonna go to the back. Anyways, I'm gonna make another observation, or at least another reply to a comment on my videos. And that is someone who says that they like that I showed the bugs. Partly in that I showed not only the bugs, but I showed how to fix them, how to work with them, how to potentially bypass them and continue on playing. If you haven't been watching my videos very long, showing the bugs is actually something that I have done whenever possible in most of my videos. I don't tend to edit them out hardly ever. I only do if it really isn't one that's going to affect the game itself, or if it's not really like it's going to affect the flow of the video. If I'm saying doing something that's more machinima based and I don't really want to show them because it'll take you out of that part of what I'm creating. But I feel it's a little disingenuous if I ever make content that doesn't show the bugs in this game, because this game does have a lot of bugs. It is quite a buggy mess at the moment. However, I still play it. I still love it. I still think this game is terrific. The bugs, to me, don't detract from the game at all. Sometimes it's frustrating, especially if I'm trying to create content. Sometimes I have lost stuff, but I mean, anyone who's getting to the game now, I would like you to maybe Google what a 30K was if they never existed when you played the game. At least now when there's a server error, the server tends to recover. It's not like an end potentially to a play session and a loss of like millions of UEC or hours and hours of work. Things have definitely improved here, so I love it. I love this game, but I'll show you the bugs. I'll show you what happens, including apparently don't abandon a job while you are in the ship because it just disappears. We're gonna go to Area 18 again. Let's see if I can type area correctly this time. Yes, we've got it. Just be slow and methodical with your typing, Puppet, and you can do it. All right, let's go fly to Area 18. And again, we're gonna try to unload this cargo. And I'm glad that I got a what do you call it? A caterpillar, because then I can try to unload that one front box, which was giving me issues before. So this has been kind of cool. We're gonna get a lot of stuff out of here. We're gonna see how much money I make. Our goal is to make more than 127,000, which is what you would make if you were doing the mission. We'll see if that's possible. We're gonna head over to Rikers. It's gonna be terrific. Okay, where is Rikers? Oh, it's this way. I don't think the HUD is nearly as good as it used to be. The HUD used to be so much better, finding areas, locations. I've mentioned this before, but the edge of your screen, where you used to have all the out of range of your vision markers would show up, I still think was better than the, and I'll put this in quotes, cleaner look that is now. I do like the older look. But yeah, I show the bugs. These bugs haven't been bad, although that one was kind of annoying. But you get to learn to work around them. If this game was considered by the company to be more finished, I could understand more of an issue with the bugs and the losses that happen. But right now, for me, what I would like is if you are thinking about getting this game and you watch my videos and you go, oh, this game is not for me, I'm glad I could actually help with that. If that's the case, hopefully you come back later and give it a try at some other time, or during the free flies, and you realize that as it gets better, it's going to become the game for you. This is an awesome game. If you're the kind of person who looks at this and goes, I couldn't stand this, this is too much of a buggy mess, I think the reason why people think and call Star Trek, why'd I call it Star Trek? Star Citizen a buggy mess is twofold. One, I think a lot of people do it because just like if one person complains on something on Spectrum, all of a sudden it's the worst thing to ever happen, according to 73 different people. I think people like calling this game a scam or buggy mess, partly because everyone else does, and they want to jump in and complain. But I think part of the other reason is a lot of people watch videos where they don't show the bugs, they don't show the issues, they don't show the errors, and they say, check out this game, play this game, look at how fun this game is, and then you get into it and you realize, oh, sometimes things don't work the way I was planning it. So I am glad that someone appreciates that I tend to not only keep them in there, but try to show you workarounds for some of them. Because currently right now, getting around bugs is part of the gameplay of Star Citizen. Alright, let's get our hangar. Coming in with the cat. It's so weird to fly a red caterpillar since I fly a green one. Every time I do this, it's like something's different. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of an external view. It's a bit of a cheat, but I mean it's handy. Why am I dropping? I don't know. Alright. Why am I dropping? I haven't hit C, have I? What happened? Alright, definitely something has gone wrong here. Can I... What has happened? What has happened? Okay, we're coupled. Okay. Let's see if I can fix this. Let's see if I can recover. I really wish I knew what went wrong here. But I think we can potentially save it. Can we? Rotate, rotate, rotate. Look at this. Now, I will say this, as I'm talking about how to get around fixing different bugs and errors, this was not intentional. I did not do this on purpose to provide some entertainment and instruction. I really don't know what happened to my ship. It is still not climbing. Like, I really don't know what's happening with the ship. Is it because it's full of cargo? That it's heavier? Like, what is going on? Can we get over to our hangar before we smash into the ground again? Somehow I'm flying without my big engines. Good for me. I'm doing it. There's a ship going over me. Is that my hangar? Where's my... Did I already lose my hangar because I took too long? Maybe. Alright, let's go up, 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 up. Something weird is happening with this ship. Let's... Now I'm in hangar queue while I'm struggling to remain floating. Okay. Alright, we're gonna land this. Hopefully. And then I'll be back. Okay, this hangar is just closing. Maybe they'll assign it to me when it's opening and I can get in there. I don't think I can it would be awesome if I could repair right here. They're not gonna let me though, right? No, that would have been too handy to be able to repair because I'm hangar adjacent. I do still find it kind of ironic that I was talking about how I like to show when things go wrong in this game and go weird. And then the ship's acting like it is magnetized to the planet's surface. Hangar request completed. Where's my hangar? Oh, it is this one. Okay, open up. Open up. Let me lift off.
Launch complete.
There we go. Barely moving. This ship, even, I mean, now it has missing engine, so that makes sense, but I don't know what happened. Like, I could not fight the planet gravity, and I was holding shift as a boost and trying to lift off, and it was just dropping. I hit coupled one time to see if it was actually uncoupled, but that was not the case. I don't know what went wrong, but but we made it. We're in. We're going down. Controlled this time. Let's land in our hangar here. Let's open up our doors. And now I'm going to go and unload this ship. So when I get to that front box, I'll point out my issue. But right now, you don't need to see the unloading. And I will remember to cancel the job, but I'm not even going to cancel the job until I have all of this unloaded and into the cargo elevator. So I'm going to put it in that freight elevator there. I probably could have parked in a much better location, but as it stands, I'd rather just not risk it. I could also use the Atlas, but I'm willing to just kind of chuck all these over here right now and get them out of the ship. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I will join you when I get to that problematic box at the front of the ship, and we'll unload that. And we'll see what we get here. Some of this stuff isn't going to be worth much, like this quartz here. Really almost not worth the time to take out, but if we're going for maximum profits, might as well grab it all. But things like medical supplies is going to be good when I get those out, so come on. All right, I'll figure that out in a moment. All right, I'll see you in a moment with this unloaded Caterpillar. Well, that felt pretty quick. I got quite a bit loaded up here, as you can see. While I'm doing this, I was able to watch a bit of the Inside Star Citizen. I'm only at the like 14-minute mark, so I haven't really gotten that far into it. But interestingly, they talked about the 30Ks, which I just mentioned, and they said that they were still around a year ago. It's been less than a year since they've gotten rid of 30Ks. To me, it feels like it's been longer, just because it's made such a huge difference to the game not having 30Ks anymore. So it's been less than a year. That's actually was a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah, pretty interesting. So we've got the entirety of the body of the Caterpillar neatly packed into this little space here, and we're gonna go do the front. But beforehand, I had a thought. The mission hasn't progressed yet to recover cargo. It hasn't shown me how many boxes I have to deliver, which makes me wonder if I could try to store this without canceling the mission, if that would work. Potentially. So before I go to the front of the CAT, because I'll go to the other cargo elevator that's over on the other side of this hangar, I'm going to see if I can store this. I'm going to see if it will allow me. Now, if it's going to submit it as part of the mission, which is not what I want for this experiment, it will give me that option to choose whether or not, like it'll ask me or remind me that this is mission related. So let's see. Or I haven't actually checked. I should have checked this earlier to make sure that these elevators weren't entirely broken, but I don't think they are, and they're not. So if I hit this, transfer. Perfect. So the mission, because I haven't advanced from recover cargo to showing me how many boxes I have left, all that cargo. What the? I think we figured out something. Remember my grand experiment? Can you sell cargo from these missions? Does the cargo just disappear? Because it's not in there anymore, is it? Oh. Is this where I give up? Is this where I realize that this was an entirely massive waste of time? I believe it is, everybody. I just spent 15 minutes packing disappearing cargo. Ah, that's alright. Again, I just do this for the experimentation. This wasn't because I needed to do it, and so therefore I think I've helped out anyone who was wondering if they could do the same thing. I think I've helped answer that. We're going to do one last thing, which is we're going to see, can you actually pull that last box out of here? So if I was doing this as a mission, can I pull that box out of here? I really, now I know, next time, try to store 2 boxes first and see if that's possible before you store, you know, 400 SU. Let's pull these out here and just chuck them to the side. Who cares about how many entities are streaming in this hangar? Let's just let them fly. All right. Quartz. Quartz. Now this is different than if you find cargo from something like a bounty. Those ones you can definitely... Why can't I get that out? Go with this one first. Oh, it's because there was ones on top? That might have been it. And when that happens, when you can't collect it anymore, go up inside the ship. And from inside the ship, you should be able to. So we're gonna go up here. And then once we're inside, we're gonna open this back up again. And I should be able to grab these now. Yes, and put them out. So here we go. Chuck these out. Chuck this out. And just my luck, the one box that I always have trouble with is gonna suddenly work here. That will be the cherry on the cake. Okay, this is the box. This box here. Oh, good. Look at it. Come on. Stuck. It's moving. It's like bouncing. It's moving. It does not move. I tried the Atlas. There's one thing I never tried, and it was one thing that a commenter on the videos told me to try. And I can't believe I spent like 15 minutes, and I never once thought to try this here. So we're gonna go into the ship. I will love it when they can get the elevators to stop at this location, and then you can choose if you want it half open or closed. All right, from in here, grab, step. It sounded like this was what they did. They pushed from this end and stepped into it, but I'm trying. All right, I feel justified that this isn't working for me either. What if I crouch? What if I crouch down? No, okay. Ooh, ooh. Oh! It did work! Wow, all right. Not a total loss. We figured that out. So if you want to make money and you're finding Caterpillar jobs, that last box is a bit kind of annoying, but you can do them. I would still say go for the Hercules jobs. The Hercules jobs are easier in the long run than these. Last bit of experiment here, just for fun.
Hey, this is Elle.
Did it?
No, from AllCorp. Saw that you
It didn't
cancelled the
die. It
contract.
didn't end. Okay.
What the hell? Next time, only take a contract you plan on doing. Okay?
So now that I've exited the contract, this just says placeholder. Quartz. That still says quartz. Now that I've abandoned the contract, can I store this? Did I just waste all that time because I did not abandon the contract for fear that it would disappear, which it didn't? Can I store these boxes in here? So I'm going to put these boxes in here. I don't need all of them. I'm just going to do at least a couple that actually say what's in them. That one just says placeholder. Let's do another quartz. Although I lost all the medical supplies, and that's where the money was. Let's do this. Let's put that in there. Let's try to store it and see if it stores those. Let's see, let's see. Oh! 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 Weird! Hey, I feel better! I was so annoyed that I wasn't able to actually test, but, I don't know what happened. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to store these last bits, and then we're going to head over to the TDD and try to sell. All the stuff's back again. I don't know. I don't know what to say, everybody. I still don't know what's in this. It just says placeholder, so maybe this is one that doesn't really have anything in it at all. That's okay. I'm going to put these last bits in. I'm going to store them. Maybe they will actually register. Maybe they won't. Who knows? I won't remember to check. But let's join together again in the TDD, and we're going to try to sell some of the stuff. I think what I'm going to also do, just because, hey, why not try to make a little bit extra cash? I'm going to pull the guns off this Caterpillar as well. I think there's 6 guns, some size 5 and some size 4s. There's ones on the command module here, and there's ones on this turret here, and there's ones on this turret up here. So they are... those are size 4, and the command module ones are size 3. So it's 4 and 3. It's the bigger ones are on the Hercules. But I'm going to take those, I'm going to store them as well, and we're going to try to sell those. I can't sell the components, because they are too big to get out of the ship. But I can at least get those guns off, and we'll try to sell those. So I will see you in a moment in the TDD. I am confused what just happened. Alright, we topped up our liquids. I was hoping to watch somebody put their garbage away, not chuck it. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Alright, we've got everything stored. I only have 3 of the large repeaters. One of them, I think, fell through the floor. It just kind of bounced and was gone, so who knows where that is. I got the 2 smaller ones off the command module. I got the larger one off the front, and the 2 larger ones off the back turret. It was one of the front ones that is gone. So still alright, considering I didn't really need to grab them. But we're going to go into the trade district, the plaza. Is that what it's called? Plaza. I think I should know by now. I should know. I love this city. As much as I love Lorville as like the place that I first called home, and I still many times call home, I love to visit Arcourt. I love the whole feel of this giant metropolitan. It's kind of one of those weird things. If I could just live in a place and just be there and live there, Orson. But as it's always my last choice of any place I would choose to start in. Second last place I would choose to start in is Microtech, and yet that feels the most like home to me, especially when we look at like the fact that I saw snow today. Then this would be the coolest place to live in, but for some reason I just love starting in Lorville. I love the idea of starting in the bottom and working my way up, and I also love industry, and Lorville's all about industry. So the different choices in this game, in this system alone, is just awesome. When you get to Pyro, like I said, it kind of feels samey to me. There's not a lot of real difference in the choice you make. So, but at least personally, I don't feel like there is. I'm hopeful that that changes, and I'm also hopeful that the next system comes out has just as much of an individuality in the cities as this place does, and as much work put into these places. But first we'll go to the TDD. We'll go to Dumpers last, because I know I can sell those guns at Dumpers Depot, so I might as well end on a high note if everything else is low. But I feel like the fact that the stuff showed up again means that I might be able to sell that good. There's a TDD there. There's a helmet there. I'm going to quickly look for turtles. I really doubt that they are going to be around. I don't know if they ever respawn. I think once you get them, once like the servers start up fresh, I think that's it. One person gets the turtles, and that's it, because I never see turtles anymore. It's like after the day after the patch, you got to be quick, and you got to grab a couple turtles, and then after that, you are out of luck. turtles don't ever show up again. And I don't know if that's because there's always someone at ArcCorp, so the server never really starts over. Because you can sometimes find them in the cargo areas of the gates, because maybe if no one's around the gate, it shuts down and starts up again when you approach. I don't know why, but I would love it if you can go get turtles on a planet surface. At one time they were, and they kind of moved around, but that was a long time ago. Alright, here we go. We're gonna wait for the... I think the game broke pause. That always happens here, and once it's ready to go... Oh, I didn't click a button, but it just decided it didn't need to continue on there. Maybe I won't wave my mouse around this time. Waiting and waiting. There we go. And we're going to choose Area 18. I think. There we go. Area 18. Okay. So, what did we have? We had one SU of Corundum. Can I sell this? Oh. Marked as illegal or stolen. 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 Well, it looks like we can't. Looks like we can't sell this stuff. This has been a roller coaster. Up and down. That is disappointing. However, we'll kind of go through what was in here. 60 SU of medical supplies, 116 of quartz, 1 corundum, 345 of iron. That is a lot of goods, mostly iron, that you can't sell. I think you should be able to sell this. I wonder if I could bring this to Grim Hex and sell it there. They would buy it, wouldn't they? Maybe. That might be something for another day. If that is the case, I will just take the medical supplies and bring them to Grim Hex. I think you can sell them there. Will be a different video. I'm not going to do it for this video. Like I said, a roller coaster of ups and downs. But they did store there, so as long as the game doesn't patch, if I can sell those somewhere else, and it's worth it, let me know where I could go, and I'll give it a go. I will try it out. But we can... I say we can. Let's find out. We can sell the guns. Yes? Let's find out. That's really kind of interesting that they managed to not let you sell those. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, kind of too bad. There's dumpers. Before we go in, we'll look at the empty turtle trays to be sad that there's no turtles. Alright, let's go sell those guns. We could have made $127,000. But instead... vehicle weapons. Oh, this is weird. Oh, this is because this is... Oh, this is going to be hard because this is all the stuff from guns. Which one was it? Was it these? No, I don't remember which ones they are. I might be... Weird. Yeah. See, I don't even know which ones it are, so I don't want to sell the ones I don't know. Because some of these are ones that I've gotten from other things. Other bits and bobs, so... That's it. How much money did I make? $0. $0? But I'd like to think that I got paid in adventure and experience. Right? Right? I think so. Let's go upstairs. Upstairs. Let's go upstairs. I can't talk anymore because it's Whiskey Wednesday. Except for that it's Friday and I haven't had a whiskey yet. Let's watch the world go by from this bridge. As I say goodbye to you, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this whole time you've been screaming at your screen telling me I'm wasting my time. If not, feel free to tell me in the comments. This makes it all worth it. I don't know what they're going to talk about in CitizenCon. Not a lot about Squadron 42 apparently. Probably a lot about guns and new ships and planet tech. What I really hope is they talk about VR. Because could you imagine just standing here? This is why I love ArcCorp. Is just imagine what this place would be like. Just feel like you're standing here on this bridge watching everything happen. That is the dream. That's what I'm excited about. And I hope that one day in the future, that is what happens. So until then, until next time, from Adira Falls Apartments and ArcCorp and the internet, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making it to the end. That thing just popped into existence. And I hope to see you all soon in the verse. Goodbye, everybody.